I'll go on now then, if that's okay. Should be loading. Should be live. There we are. Yes. I love it when it works. Right, let me find the right screens. Good. Right, I've got my chat ready. I've got what I need ready. If you do hear clanging and clanging in the background, it's because my daughter and niece are over there having dinner. Try and keep your phones off of those stupid TikToks you've been watching. In fact, why don't you get off the TikToks and then watch me on this? So it gets my viewers up. That'd be great. Okay. YouTube. Yeah. Check it out. All around the board, YouTube. Right, so yeah, this is part 3 of ranking as many games as I possibly can. Just want to say yesterday, across two videos, we did 573 games. That was me going through, well, I started off with the worst, and there was some really bad games in there. Then I went to the best games, and then more and more people got in the chat and were suggesting games that they wanted me to rank. So it was a bit chaotic, but no, it was great. So 573. Hiya Dan, love it when a plan comes together. Yes, me too as well. It is nice when things work and everything is going good. Oh, by the way, that is coming with me to the weekend. So Dan, you get to have a look. It is stunning. Me and Jess opened it earlier, and oh, beautiful. Jess, I'm talking about the Sushi Go box, just for context over there, because I know they're listening back there. Right, hello. Oh, Jessie's Art World. I wonder who that could possibly be. Does anyone know who that? Hi, Jess. Thanks for commenting from all the way over there. Right, now let's get the... Oh, and who's Cloudy Builds? Is that... What is that about? Cloudy Builds? What kind of name's that?
It's a Roblox name.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. Well, anyway, thank you for my niece and my daughter joining. Yeah, suggest some games you want me to rank if you want. Right, now, before I start anything, I need to actually go to all boards games. That'll be a good start. We were on... Oh, what page did I get to? I think page 16, I want to say. I know I skipped a few pages. Did I do this? But oh, I did. Okay, let's see if I got to page 9. I remember some of... Yeah, no, I definitely did that page. Sorry, guys, 1 second. I'm sure I was on like page 16 or something like that. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much where I get to. Yeah, I didn't see... yeah, there we go. So, yeah, I did... Okay, I did page 16. We finished there. So picky, ain't he, Jess? Yes, I am picky, actually, if you must know. So, yeah, right, there we go. Page 17. So, yeah, 1,600 games. Of the 1,600, apparently I played 500 odd. So, interesting. So, yeah, like yesterday, I'm going to go through and rank some of these games that I have played. I've done some of the other micro macros, and I explained on the other video that micro macro is okay. It's Where's Wally with crime. It's all right. It's fine. Oh, Scotland Yard, absolute classic. I'm ranking that an 8 because that is a one versus many game. One player plays Mr. X, the rest of you play police officers trying to find Mr. X in London. Masquerade, I didn't mind it, but it's not the best social deduction ever, but it was good for, weirdly, a 13-player game. Jess, I've just seen you reply to Dan. Don't encourage him. In fact, don't encourage each other, please.
Yeah, but what if I agree?
Well, that is what it is. Right, still looking for... Happy Salmon. I'm going to give it a 6, because it is good fun. It is funny, but you need, like, loads of people to play it. So, Jess, do you remember Happy Salmon? In fact, come and do Happy Salmon. Show them what you got. So the idea with Happy Salmon is you've got loads of cards, you've got to get rid of them, you've got high fives, fist bumps, shaking of the hands, and Happy Salmon. There you go, that's Happy Salmon. Thank you, Jess, for that demonstration. Hi, Mick, how are you doing? You alright? We've just had a little playthrough of Happy Salmon, apparently. Oh, right, Mountain Goats. I love Mountain Goats. I played that with my aunt, who has all of them. Mountain Goats, and there's... What was the other ones that Karen's got, Jess? One's called GPS, I think. And there was one about flowers. I don't know. I can't remember. But it was a series of games. And I think Mountain Goats was probably my favourite of them all. Get on board London and New York. I'm going to give it a 7 because the first time I played it, I really enjoyed it. I think it's good. Then the second time I played it, I figured it was pretty much just Ticket to Ride with buses. Too many games are like Ticket to Ride, by the way, for what it's worth. We need some different things. Jess. Hogwarts Battle Defense Against the Dark Arts. That's that 2-player version. That's a good game, isn't it? Me and you play that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to give that an 8. So this is a spin-off of the Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, which is the cooperative one. I think we ranked it yesterday, where you go through all the films, all the books, I should say. You go through those and you play through some scenarios. They get harder as you play. Well, then they made this 2-player version where you are just playing tug of war. But I think I prefer this version to the other. But yeah, I'm giving that an 8 because that's a very, very good 2-player game. Bandu, broken rules but good fun. It's kind of what Junk Art was. If I just show you guys kind of what's going on, as you can tell by the photo there. So you're drafting different pieces, and whatever you draft, you then give to your opponent to stack. And yeah, it's just another stacking game, but with drafting, which I quite like. I'm giving it a 6 because it was all right. In the Footsteps of Darwin. I like it. I would like to buy it. I only don't own it because the store's got a copy, so I borrow theirs. Cities, here we go. This is one that I've just seen Mick is in the chat. I know Mick's a fan of this as well. For its simplicity, the fact it's Philip Walker Harding as well, but for its simplicity, yet another one where there's so much underlying strategy to it. I'm actually giving Cities a 9. I've played it a lot recently, and yeah, it's up there. It's up there with it. Yeah, let's have a quick look actually, because for those who haven't played it, sorry, a lot of these I'm rating as if you've already played it. It's very abstract, but it looks beautiful. Oh no, that's not a good photo. Oh, there we go. So you actually do get these pieces in the game as well. Is there a better picture? Oh, there we go. Right, there we go. So this is you're building a 3x3 grid in front of you, and then what you're doing is you're drafting different missions, different map tiles, different decorations, water features and park features, and then the buildings themselves, which will stack on here. Now, what's beautiful is the points are all really dependent on what missions you draft. Yeah, really, really beautiful game. Really easy to learn. The rule book was just so straightforward. There was one little rule that I did miss, but other than that, worked very well. What are you doing back there? You know we can see you on the. You're literally there. I love how, bless her, Jess was crawling to get out of camera and she was there the whole time. Oh, bless you. Right, see you in a bit, girls. Kodama, I love Kodama. I'm going to give it a 7. You're building up your... it's a bit of a weird one, actually. It's quite unique. But you are... Is there a nice picture? Here we go. There's a good picture of it. So you start with your main branch, and then you grow your tree in different ways that you want. Obviously, you've got to, as you can see here, you've got to continue the branch, and it keeps going and going and going. And then what you do is you score features if you can trail it back. Looks like, yeah, look, you could go off here, but that's a bit of a squeeze. You're not allowed. Other cards can't touch other cards. There's loads of little rules in there as well. But yeah, I think you can get quite creative of how you grow your tree. Rebirth, yes, I do want to play Rebirth. You are right. That is Reiner Knizia, is it? We should be getting it in the shop soon. Yeah, look, it is. Yeah, it's Reiner Knizia. Heard very good things about it. I mean, it just that looks like a me game. Yeah, that looks great. So, is it heavy? Is it? Oh, in fact, I can answer that by actually just looking at the stats. No, 2 out of 5. Like that's a really easy game, then, isn't it? One day I will play Rebirth. I'm about 6 months behind with some games. 8-Minute Empire, not the best. It's better Risk, but still not very good. Isle of Cats Explore and Draw, I'm actually going to give a 6 because I love Isle of Cats. Stunning game. I've got it behind me with all the expansions. in that pile, but the roll and write, or the explore and draw as they've called it, it's just the same game. Just you're drawing the pieces instead of drafting the tiles. So I love Frank West games. Don't get me wrong, but this just doesn't really do anything different to the main game. So I mean, if you wanted to travel and you wanted to play a lot of cats, that's useful. But otherwise, wouldn't. Runestones. Now this is it phases me a little bit, but when I played it, I remember really enjoying it. I think I would pick up a copy, given the chance. But so yeah, I've definitely played this because I remember the stones in the circles there that you collect. As I said, mechanics are a bit hazy, but I remember when I did play it, I loved it, and I spent quite a while looking for a copy, and then I couldn't find one, so then I just gave up. But yeah, I think if I saw it, I would buy it. Tortuga. Oh, I'm right. I will talk a little bit about Tortuga, because we sell it quite a lot in the shop. If anyone knows like the Bristol or Salem, or any of those games, they all look like a book. So that's the way, as you can see here, the box is designed to look a series of books. Now there's 5 of them, and I get asked in the shop quite often what's my favourite. And I always say Bristol. I think Bristol 1350 is my favourite. But Tortuga I prefer if there's an odd number of players. So that sounds a bit weird because obviously this does like 2 to 9 players, which I wouldn't play this 2-player either. So here we go. This is a great little picture. So the reason why I love it with odd amount of players, because in an even game you've got the British and the French. You've got a ship each, and the idea is you go to this middle island, still gold, and then you've got to put them onto one side of the ship or not. You put it on the British side or the French side. It's quite interesting. You have whoever's up the front, like this green player here, is the captain of the ship. They dictate what happens on the rest of the ship. Very, very clever. You've got to blend in if you're the English team and you're stealing stuff from the French team, or you could pretend to be the French team but actually be English. Now, right, I like it odd players because the odd person will be the Dutch team, so the English want more. Obviously, they want more gold. The French team want more gold, and theirs. The Dutch team will win if there's an equal amount between the two boats. Which means that everybody could then just pretend to be Dutch, which adds just another layer of that social deduction. There is strategy involved in terms of movement and how you take gold, so I like social deduction if there's strategy behind it, and I think Tortuga, for that reason, is getting an 8. If I do see Bristol, that's getting a 9, because I think Bristol's an absolute whopper. And again, I think because Bristol and Tortuga aren't the style games I would normally play, but I like those. Going through some more. I've just seen. Sorry, Mick. I've just seen your comment about Rebirth there. City's super easy game, easy to teach and learn. Absolutely. Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there. That's exactly what it is. Blockers. I haven't played the Trigon version, so I'm not gonna. I don't know who keeps giving me love hearts, but I can only imagine it's probably my daughter and my niece keep spamming the chat with love hearts. Right, so Planet, I have played it. It's good. I'm only going to give it a 7 though, because it looks better than it plays, if that makes sense. You're building a little D12 basically. I would rather play Cascadia in this respect. Imagine a Cascadia style game on an actual ball. These are magnetic tiles that go onto this ball. I don't know if we've got a picture of what they look like without the lands on them. No, we don't. But oh yeah, oh thanks Mick. Yeah, just noticed the CGC poster. Great to see some companies on. Yeah, let me remind. I mean, to be fair, to make the picture. To make this photo legible with the poster, I did have to take off a few names. We are up to 30 plus exhibitors already. Lots of craft folk, You may have seen we've announced Books and Brews recently. You know, they're booksellers and tea merchants, but they have a particular love of fantasy novels. I think that fits in really well with the D&D side of it, and they are gamers themselves, so hopefully they'll love it. I put Speed Robo on there because that's just huge. I think that's great. Yay Games, it would be lovely to have Andrew and Jenny back. So yeah, I would put more logos on there, but there just really wasn't like to fit them all in. They would be too small, and then you wouldn't see what they are. So I put some of the main ones on here. Specifically the first ones to support, really. But yeah, if you're coming to CGC, I know you are, Mick. Thank you for getting your tickets. But yeah, if anybody is interested in CGC, all these games that I'm showing you, a lot of them we'll have them out to play. So I'm gonna stop there. I've just seen a game that I haven't played, and I feel really bad that I haven't played. But as we're talking about CGC. Where is it? There we go. So the designer Mandela Fernandez Grandin, he is local. He is from Medway area, and I have asked them to come along. They've got. I wonder if it's going to be on BGG already. Oh, there's Mandela. Lovely guy, absolutely down to earth. Just a really really great guy. Right, let's see if his game is on here already. Oh, there's a few. I think it's Sankor that I'm thinking of. Yes, I am. This, can I just show you this? Oh my words. Sort of a heavy Euro style game. I need to play this. The fact it's actually published is incredible as well. It looks like it's a dual project as well. We've got a description here. The Sankor pride of the Mansa Musa dynamic interactive midweight Euro 1 to 4 players manage the prestigious University of Sankor. A game about university and actually going and doing classes. I mean, I don't judge a game by its theme anymore, but I'm really genuinely intrigued by this theme. So yeah, you go and do different courses and yeah. It's incredible, and it looks beautiful. So I'm hoping that Mandela will take my invite. I have spoken to them briefly. I'm hoping they will take my invite and come to CGC as well. What's this? Children of the Sun. So this is one that I wasn't aware of. Have we got some more pictures of this? No, this one's a little bit more secret. Okay, right. I went off on a little bit of. Have you played Sankor? Oh, I didn't realise you'd played it. Also, 2022 Overstocked. I did not realise that. Oh, I'm sorry, Mandela. I had no idea that you had a few more games out in the wild. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Mick, if you've played Sankor, yeah, it'd be great to know what you think of it. Apart from apparently you need a bigger table, but yeah, Glasgow was Mandela's first game, which was cool. Right. Oh, sorry. Above Minecraft board game was okay. It was actually good. No, seen it being played. Oh, fair play. Bonanza 25th anniversary. I've actually got that in the cupboard because it's fantastic. Dragomino. It's okay. It's a bit light. I'd rather play King Domino. Dragomino is King Domino Junior with dragons, and you're collecting dragon eggs for points. It's okay. Just a bit easy. Rummy Cub. Right. So yesterday I was talking about like my gaming past, and I was always into Labyrinth, Rummy Cub, Escape from Colditz, which was a bit of a bizarre one. But what I realised from a very, very young age, and I'm talking sort of 10 years old, was I liked board games that gave you choice. I think quite quickly I realised that the ones where you roll dice, Monopoly, Cluedo, I found them boring, even when I was younger. So my go-to game was Rummy Cub. So for that reason, because I've got Rummy Cub and every possible version and spin-off and the word version, I've got lots of Rummy Cub, and just me personally, I owe Rummy Cub the whole reason why I'm into the hobby. So Rummy Cub is getting a 10. I will always play Rummy Cub, and not to blow my own trumpet, but I'm quite good at it. So, but that's what happens when you play a game for years and years. If you don't know what Rummy Cub is, I'm not going to explain it, but it is just a beautiful little game. So, right, I'm so glad Rummy Cub is in like the top 2,000. Oh, I'm not alone with my fandom. Chocolate Factory. It was okay, not the best game, but it was okay. I liked the theme more than played Overstocked. Excellent. Yeah, okay. That's something I'm going to have to look for, I think, because Overstocked looked really cool. Oh, another one of the books. So, earlier I was talking about Tortuga just now. Salem. So, again, just to show you, it does look like this book form that they've gone with. However, of all of them, I think it's the worst, and I'm not a fan of it. It's too random. The very, very first time we played it, we spent about 15 minutes looking through the rules, dealt out the cards. It's a witch hunt, basically. And my Jess, that was in the camera just a minute ago, she picked 1 out of 35 cards, and it was the witch. Straight away. Like, game over. didn't go down too well, and we all sort of went, yeah, we won't play that again. Dungeons, Dice and Danger. Fantastic game. It's a roll and write by Ravensburger. Very, very good price as well for what it is, because you get 4 massive pads of these are different dungeons that you can go through, with some of them quite bizarre characters, but I don't know if I can zoom in. So, oh no, that's a bit too much. Whoops. Let's see if I can get a better picture of a map. Okay, this one works. So yeah, the idea is you come in at one of the edges. You are rolling dice and adding up their totals to explore as far as you can. Some places are a little bit harder to beat. So, for example, I think this is a bunny rabbit here. You need a 2 or a 12, which on 2d6, as you know, are the 2 hardest numbers to roll. So that'll be quite a difficult one to beat. This beast here needs a 3, a 4, a 5, an 8, or an 11. So quite easy to beat, but then needs lots of damage, and that's the boss. So you can unlock different treasures, and then as you unlock the treasures, you find out what you get on the side. And that depends on what map you're playing. Yeah, I think for a D&D style game that isn't D&D, or you didn't need any knowledge for D&D, I think it's very good. So it's going to get a 7. Pirates Cove. The store's got a copy, and I'm sure I tried to learn it and then I just put it away, so I'm not going to count that one. Dungeon Mayhem, played it once with Adam at Board at Home. I very much enjoyed Dungeon Mayhem. Not one I would own. Just isn't for me. Like, as in, it wouldn't be in my collection, but I would play it. So, if a group were playing. Iwari. Oh, I like Iwari. I'm very tempted to buy my friend Jason's copy. Kind of can't really explain a risk and Ticket to Ride. You've got a bit of area control, and you've got a bit of route building with your camps, as you can see on this photo here. You need totem control. Whoever's got the best totem control and the most control of buildings in each area plays a little bit too quick. It's very easy to learn. You're just a bit like Ticket to Ride. You're drafting cards from here. You're picking up cards or playing cards, which we've seen before. But if I remember rightly, it's in 2 phases, which kind of shakes it up a little bit. But yeah, it's good for a sort of area control style game. Yeah, I'll rank it. My City wasn't the biggest fan. I do own My City Roll and Build, but My City is much better. The Roll and Builds didn't have the same feel for me. Dungeon Mayhem with the expansion plays 8. Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds quite good. I can imagine that would be a decent game. I've only played it. I think I played it 3 players, so maybe an 8-player game would be great to try. Forgive me, just needed a bit of a drink there. Have I played any of these? By the way, if I'm missing any that are really good and you're like, Darius, you have to play that game, do let me know. But I am gonna this one. Now if you like this is the Alien game, by the way. I don't know if you can see my cursor, actually. Sorry, I'm just going this one. Alien Fate of the Nostromo, which is very popular. I would rank it if you like things like Horrified or Pandemic or any of those style games. Just looking for a decent picture. Comes with miniatures as well, which maybe I could zoom into. It's going to show me some of the... There you go, look, you got some of the little models. They're a bit blurry, but it's just brutal. To the point where it's not fun brutal. This is basically an easy version of Nemesis. Completely random, like Nemesis. Really brutal, like Nemesis. It's just a bad Nemesis, if you can get worse. But the rules are really easy to learn. So yeah, a 5. Yes, you can see the cursor. All right, thank you very much. I figured I'd set it that way, but yeah. Right, wow. Okay, done 3 pages now. Paranormal Detectives I've already ranked because it's the store owns it. We've got some special. I don't know if people have played it, but got some special scenarios that was given to the shop. So if you ever play our copy, we've got some quite unique stuff in there. Lacuna. Oh, this is a beautiful game. I bought this twice, believe it or not. Once for me and once for one of my friends who got married. And she actually did geometry at university, so I had to get her this game. So, firstly, I've never seen a game with such quite a This is cloth, by the way. The board that you can see here, this person probably needs to iron their one by the looks of it. But this is just made of cloth. There is washing instructions in the rule book, which is great. The idea is you've got to put these... If I can zoom in a little bit. I can either zoom in a lot or just a bit. Okay, no, I'm just going to zoom back out. Right, so you've got the gold and silver ones, which you can see here. One person plays as gold, one person plays as silver. You've only got 6 of them, and the idea is you chuck these flowers out within this dark blue circle, and you have to find a point directly between them. So let's say this orange that I'm on there and this orange, I could put one of my pieces anywhere between them. Say if I put this gold there, I would be able to then take those 2 flowers. Now, the aim of the game is for me to have 4 or more in a colour to gain majority of it. There's only 7 of each colour. If I get 4 or more in a colour, then I gain control of it. But then there's also 7 colours, so you need to gain the majority, 4 or more in a colour, and of 4 or more colours. Are you with me? Oh my word! Basically, yeah. So 7 is 40. 7 times 7 is 40. What's 7 times 7? Oh my god. 49? Is it 42 or 49? Oh, how embarrassing. Anyway, whatever 7 sevens are, should know this. That's how many tokens there are. And then, yeah, you want the majority of those. What the other interesting thing is, once you've placed your 6 pieces out on the board, you then do a final scoop of colours. Let's say this is the end of the game, which it looks like it is. You then get this little... There's a ruler here, which does come with the game. And you get to take any remaining tokens that is closer to your pieces than opponents. So this pink would go to the silver player. This yellow is going to the gold player, definitely. This pink would go to the gold player. And that's another way that you can get majority. Plays really quick. I think me and Jess will probably do a little live of this at some point. But yeah, I bought it for my my friends who got married. And she happened to, because it's a game about geometry, and she happened to study that at university, so it was meant to be. Spyfall 2 is okay. I would play it, but it's not the best game ever. It's a social deduction game. Ice Cool 2, very good game. I talked about Ice Cool 1 yesterday. If you've got Ice Cool 1 and Ice Cool 2, you could play an 8-player game and connect them up, which is really cool. Metro X I want, but I've never played it, but I definitely want Metro X there. Okay. There's a lot of games here I've played. Although, equally a lot of games I haven't played. Right, Cosmic Frog. Can we talk about this very quickly? Why is this becoming popular again? I've seen lots of people talking about this game. and it probably plays better than it looks, but it looks terrible. And then, isn't there an expansion for it as well? What did I see the expansion was called? 1 second. Devious. Oh, this one. Look, one of the expansions is called Find Muck. But yeah, I've seen this getting a lot of popularity on the Board Game Trading Chat site at the moment. So, I mean, I'd give it a go, but it looks a bit weird, to be honest. Cool, right. I will go off on some tangents for what it's worth. Abandon All Artichokes. Yeah, the store owns it. I think it's really good. It's a deck wrecker rather than a deck builder. You're trying to get rid of cards as quickly as you can. Imaginarium's quite good. It's a Century Spice Splendor style game with weird thing. Flip 7. This is something that has also gone on my radar, and I need to find somewhere that stocks it because I want it for the shop. So I've heard from my auntie that it's a really good to push your luck style game, and she's asked me to order it. So I will find it hopefully at some point. Mycelia. Now this isn't the heavy Euro version. This is the Ravensburger version. I'm going to give this an 8 because this is beautiful. It's simple, but it plays really well. Have we got a nice photo of it? Here we go. Yeah. So you've got you start the game with all these droplets across the board in different zones, and then you are getting your mushroom friends. They're very weird sort of fantasy. Here we go. You're hiring these mushroom characters to help you get rid of all these blue nibs off your board. So you need to remove it all to be the winner of the game. So it's not a points or anything like that. Every time you remove from the board, they go on to this big spinner here, and there we go. That's a bit better. This fills up from left to right, and then as soon as it fills up enough to get to the dice, you spin the whole thing. Gems drop out of the bottom, and the dice will also tell you where more droplets are going to go out on your boards. So you've got to get rid of them really quickly. But the quicker you get them, the more that go up here, so they get chucked back out. And I've heard good things about kelp. I know I kind of brushed over that. Where is it? It was on this page, wasn't it? Yeah, kelp. Shark versus octopus. Yeah, it's a 2-player game, isn't it? But yeah, it looks good. I'd like to give that a go. I definitely would try it. But I haven't played it, so I cannot rank it. My wants list is getting bigger, for sure. It's amazing, isn't it? All these games that we've played, and I know Mick, you're probably in the same boat as me. Like, you play all these games, but there's still another list of games that you really want. Adventure Time Love Letter. I used to own it. I gave it to a friend who was really into Adventure Time, and I found out it's really expensive. But I'm giving it a 6 because it's just Love Letter. And Love Letter's fine. Kotal is quite good, but it ends too soon. I wish that it's one of those games that you just kind of want it to go on a little longer. But the pieces are phenomenal. This is not a deluxe version. This is actually how it comes. You are building up your dragons in different patterns, and you score points based on what cards you complete in what patterns. But you can only build 2 dragons, and then the game's over. So yeah, it's a little bit too sudden for me, but yeah, it is good. Oh, Battle Sheep is great. Really good abstract game. Chess. Imagine a chess style game where you're trying to block each other in. We'll quickly have a look at the. I did this yesterday. I kept clicking off the wrong tab. It's me being silly. Right. Let's see if we can open that. 6.6. That's a little harsh. Battle Sheep's better than that. There you go. So you got your boards that you build as players before the game. Then you stack all your sheep up in one pile, and then you have to take control of as much. I mean, okay, that's not really doing it justice, but it does play good. Trust me. Oh, here we go. Does that give you a little? Oh, there you go. There's a nice little picture of how it sort of plays. So on your go, you choose one of your piles of sheep. Move it as far as you want. You can leave as many as you want behind, as long as it's at least one. And then you're just trying to take over as much pastures possible. But what I love about it is this board that you make changes every time, because you as the players build it before you start the game, so it's never the same board every time, like like a chess or some chess style game. Oh, Jungle Speed, hate it. Sorry, I really don't like Jungle Speed. I'm not really a fan of those real time play as quick as you can style games. Oricalicum, I really like it. I enjoy playing it, but I don't think I'd buy a copy, but it does play well. Climbers, we used to own it, but it got a bit fiddly. Just a sort of block stacking game. I can't really describe it any more than that. Artifacts Inc. Now, hang on, I'm going to have to look at Artifacts Inc. because I think I played it at Adam's place, board at home. No, maybe it's not this one. No, that doesn't look familiar. Okay, I'm not going to rank that one because I don't think I've played that one. There was a game that looks very similar and has the same name, but I remember not enjoying it. But no, I don't recognise that. So I would give that a go. No, what a trash game. I mean, it looks good, but no, New York Slice is rubbish. On the Underground, I've played the up-to-date one, but not that one. So, I mean, does it look the same? Or do I have to wait for... No, I know On the Underground, I think, has had a remake because you've got Paris and New York. So I won't rank that. But I've played the London one. I think London, New York is one of them. Oh, Kabuto Sumo. I've not played it, but this is another one that I keep looking out for. I've heard really good things about this as well. So, right. Polis. And if you guys have got any games that you're like, oh, I want to know what he thinks about XYZ game. If I've played it, I'll go off to one side and I'll rank it. Meeple Land, quite good, easy to learn. Just not great. Legendary Firefly, which ironically we do own. We own it mostly because Jade is a big Firefly fan. It's one of the legendary games, like the deck builders, like the Marvel one, and there's an X-Files one. They've done a lot of spin-offs. Now the Firefly one, I think, it plays as one of the best ones. Really, really intriguing. You play through the episodes of Firefly. Problem is, I can't get past level 2, and it seems not broken. I wouldn't say that, but it ramps too quickly, and we just can't beat it. So I'm going to give it a 6 because it plays well. It is good. We do own it, but it's just way too hard. Rock Hard 1977. Let me talk about this game first because I love it. It is by Jackie Fox. The designer is Jackie Fox from the Runaways, who did exactly this. So in the 1970s, she was in an up-and-coming band called the Runaways, which was Joan Jett and the Runaways, and then just the Runaways when Joan Jett ran away. Excuse my pun there. So yeah, the pieces I love. Firstly, I love the player order pieces because they are legitimate guitar picks. I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom in. Look at that. You get actual guitar picks. That's very cool. Cities is right next to it, by the way, just over to the left there. That's Cities, but yeah. So yeah, you take on you're a guitarist or a singer or a drummer, whatever part of the band you are. You take on that character. You have a day job, so you've actually got a regular job that you should be doing. But basically, you're spending the daytime doing interviews, rehearsing, getting equipment, recording a track or a vinyl or a cassette. In the evening, you're performing gigs. So at the top here are like basic pubs and rundown places. You've got then I'm not sure if there's that's a festival. And then behind this board, annoyingly, they've put the boards down, but then you've got an arena under there. So you're simulating sort of, are you good enough to go and play at arenas, or are you still playing little pub gigs? It's quite interesting because you have fame, so how famous you are, regardless of how good you actually are as a musician. How many songs you've written, So you could be really, really popular. You could be really good as well at what you do, but you've only got one song. You know, you could be a one-hit wonder band, or you could have 20 songs. You're really popular, but realistically, you're not very talented at all. You're just popular because you are not looking at Sabrina Carpenter, for example. Cough, say no more, and Taylor Swift. Anyway, so yeah, you simulate those, and then in the night time, or should I say the after hours, that's where you perform risky actions. This is where you're taking candy. In this game, it's candy, and if you take too much candy, you can pass out and not be able to do anything the next morning because you need a whole morning to recover. So it's a push your luck element in there, which I quite like. Now, at its core, mechanically, it doesn't do anything that we've not seen in other worker placements. You know, you can see your little workers down here. You go do a thing in the morning. You know, pick a space, gives you resources, or you've written a song, or whatever you may have done. Then you go here and you select a space and you do what it said. Like that, it just is a normal worker placement. But what I love is the theme. It is absolutely dripping with theme, and I can vision myself. I think the last time I played, I was a keyboard player. Yeah, and I knew loads and loads of songs, but I just couldn't get past pub gigs. You know, I was making lots of money off of pub gigs, but I just was never good enough to become a band to play in an arena. However, Jade knew one song, had an arena tour for her one song, but couldn't win because she didn't. It's weird to it's kind of hard to explain, but she wasn't pushing her luck as much as I was with the candy, and I was doing a little bit more. But yeah, like phenomenal, and to say it's a board game actually written by, made by an actual musician makes me very happy. So for theme alone, that's getting a 9. Mechanically, I'd probably give it a 6 or a 7. You know, it's quite basic, but yeah, I love Rock Hard's 1977. Fantastic. In fact, I need to play it again with Jade at some point. Next Station Tokyo. Yeah, I like the Next Station series, so going to give that a 7. We've got all of them. There's Tokyo, Paris, and London. Oh, here we go. So earlier I was talking about Rummy Cub, and I was saying that I used to play games like Rummy Cub and Labyrinth. However, I wasn't as obsessed with Labyrinth. I like it, and I think it's good, and I owe it to my now love of board games. So yeah, I'm going to give that a 9. Weirdly, I know it's not the best game ever. I'm quite aware of that, but for me as a 10-year-old boy that I had quite an imagination with playing toys and stuff like that, Labyrinth was one of those ones that I just really vividly remember going, oh, I get to push the tiles and make mazes, and it was a puzzle game for me, and yeah, that's where I ended up liking puzzles. Petrichor is crap. Oh, what a rubbish game. It's all about rain. Yeah, it's not great. Didn't enjoy that at all. My first Carcassonne I have played. For a kids game, it's fine, but you might as well just play Carcassonne. We bought my first Carcassonne when Jess was really little, and then we realised that she could just play normal Carcassonne, so we just got rid of it quite quickly. Corinth. Oh, I haven't played that for a long time. I have it somewhere. Went out of print. It's the Days of Wonder game, so the same guys who do the Ticket to Ride and such. It's a roll and write collecting goodies. Let's have a look at the picture to remind me of how it works. Oh yeah, you roll all the dice and you put all of the same value from highest to lowest. Lowest to highest. The lower cards only get you a goat, whereas you could end up with the highest getting loads of money. Is there a nice picture of the map, maybe? Here we go. So, yeah, you're collecting different goods to score victory points at the top. If you're the first one to complete a merchant, you get some bonus points on the left-hand side there. You can collect money and goats, which are spent on technologies. Down here, for example, you've got little bonuses you can unlock. And then up here, you've got a little map mover where you go around the streets trying to collect extra goodies, and then if you get to the 3 corners, depending on how many of these +1s you've gone over, gets you bonus points. So yeah, I think it's simple enough to learn, but I like Corinth. Yeah, it's a decent game. Right, have we got any more I've played here? Machikoro Legacy. Yeah, I forgot they did a Legacy version. Yeah, decent. I must admit, at the end you get you could then play any version of Machikoro in any combination with the things you unlock. I won't spoil it too much for you, but yeah, you do stick things onto your board and make your town better. It's not. It is a one-time play through the campaign, but at the end you've got your own copy of Machikoro. So yeah, it's decent. We really like our Legacy games at the minute. Corinth, one of the better roll and writes, is available as a PMP. Yeah. You just need a bunch of dice, and yeah, it doesn't need to be an official game, I guess, but that's like a lot of games, really. Black Forest. Oh, that was the one that we were talking about. Oh no, I was talking about it yesterday. It's the better Glass Road. You can see that even the board is very Glass Road-esque. Uwe Rosenberg's new one, and I remember there was a bit of a kick-off in the UK trade and chat group because they're like, this game's not about cake. What's going on? Like, I bought it Black Forest thinking it was about cake, and it wasn't. It was just about an actual Black Forest. But yeah, no, it looks good. It's on my radar. We've got it at work, and I do want to buy it, but there's too many games I want to buy at the moment. So still paying off for Zeti. Talking of Machikoro, yesterday I ranked Machikoro, I think as a 6, and I said I would rather play Machikoro 2, so I'm giving that a 7. Shuro of the Seas is Shuro, but with weird creatures in the middle that swallow your things and just make Shuro a bit worse. I love Shuro anyway, I gave that a 7, so Shuro of the Seas, just for the randomness of the stupid monsters in the morning, in the middle, sorry, not in the morning, yeah, and the monsters in the morning, the monsters that develop in the middle of the board. I don't know if there's so you've got, I think it's the squares that are labelled 1 to 5, it's kind of a coordinates thing, and then it randomly appears, and if you're there, you get swallowed. Yeah, it's not great. It's a bit, you could be doing really well, and then just randomly get swallowed by an opponent. Tinner's Trail. Oh, okay. So I don't like auction games. I find auction games quite, like, take them or leave them. But Tinner's Trail is phenomenal. Yeah, I'd happily play it any time. I've got the base game over there, the Kickstarter version, so it's got the expansion there as well, the Arsenic expansion. It's based in Cornwall. In fact, let's get a little picture of the game up here. So that's okay. That's an empty board. So there you go. No, there's no good pictures of just. Actually, okay, this is fine. This one's okay. So yeah, you've got Cornwall, which is split into its sections. You're bidding for different areas. Because all areas will have copper and iron. The idea is you're mining out the copper and iron, and historically, when they did that, it would then flood. So it was a really risky move to get copper and iron, because every time you did, you would displace water, and that's what the blue cubes are representing. The more blue cubes you have in an area, the more it costs to dig out certain resources. So you might find an area that you auction on that will give you 4 iron, 4 copper, but lots of water, so it's going to cost you a lot to get out there. Whereas you might find somewhere that's got, 2 iron, 2 copper, not quite as much, but then no water. So that could actually be free, for example. You're then buying boats, trains, workers, these things that pump out water. I can't remember what they're called. All these little bits that will go into areas that will just help you remove water or put extra workers in to mine quicker, and then you've got this track here that forever changes throughout the game, and it will determine the value of copper and iron as you play. So I could dig out a load of iron, but actually it's really cheap this round, so I might leave it, wait till the next round, see if the price goes up. Then what's really beautiful is you've got this track around the outside. As you can see here, there's a hat which represents your victory points, and then you've got your money, which is obviously your money track. At the end of each round, you could spend as much money as you want to buy victory points. But you don't have to do it in particular order, and you don't have to wait for other players to finish before you decide what you're spending. So I could spend 10 money to get 19 victory points. Then I might see what you do, and then, oh, you've just spent 10 money to get, depending on, by the way, how late in the game you pass out, depends on how many points you can get that round. So I might be getting 19 points, but you might only get 17 points because you passed later. And then I see that you've just spent 10 money to get 17 points, so I might spend another 10, and then you might spend another 10, and we'll just keep spending money until we run out. But I love that. I'm going to egg you on to spend more money. I could even talk about, like, if you're going to spend money, I'm going to spend more, but then not actually do it. It was David Digby's first game as lead developer. Yeah, because Tinner's Trail obviously was Martin Wallace. I can't remember when the original came out, but then David Digby was part of the refreshed version. I think it's incredible. I really enjoy Tinner's Trail. So, have you played it, Mick? I don't know. I know you're a fan of David Digby, so I'd imagine you probably have. But for an auctioning game, yes, decent. I'm gonna carry on. There's a game called Fertility. Interesting. Odin's Ravens. No, I haven't played that. I thought I had, but no, I'm not thinking of that game. I've played something else. Picture Perfect. That's familiar, but no. 5 Minute Marble. But Marvel even. Have I played that version? I don't think I have. I've played 5 Minute Dungeon. Don't think I've played the Marvel version. That La Boca. Oh, no, not great. I think my friend Steve showed me it, and it wasn't fun. Sorry, dude, but it wasn't. Cytosis is okay for a science game. It's quite good. This company in particular actually make lots of scientifically correct board games. So yeah, this is all about cell biology, which was fine, but not the best game for me personally. Hand of the King. I remember that game. I never owned it, but I know that it came to the club for quite some time. Like 2016. I think I remember when that came out. Fantasy Flight Games. You are trying to. I think you're trying to kill off certain members of the Game of Thrones family, and then you could then start to take majority. I think you kill them off until I can't remember. I just remember very much enjoying it. So. But it got played at the club a lot. In fact, I need to see if anybody still owns it, and maybe we can get that back. Yep, got it and plays well at 2. Because that's about Tinner's Trail. I actually, I don't enjoy it with 2. If I'm honest, I would much rather play it with 5. But I mean, it's okay at 2. But auction games, I don't know if they work with just 2 people. But yeah. Fair enough. I mean, if you enjoy it at 2-player, that's all good. But yeah, I would much rather play it with lots of people. Bananagrams, it's just Scrabble without a board. Speed Scrabble, yeah, it's novelty because it comes in a banana case, but that's not something I would choose to play, unfortunately. Rise of Queensdale. Oh, we've got this. It is a legacy game. I've owned it for, hang on a minute, what was the first, whatever year the very first Tabletop Scotland was, which I believe was 2017, I'd have to look back. So I've owned it since 2017, 18, whenever the first one was, and we got gifted it at Tabletop Scotland for driving all the way with my board game library, and they gifted me Rise of Queensdale, and I still haven't to this day completed it. I think it's good. But it's for a legacy game, it's not good. For a Euro game, it is good. But it's sat on the shelf, kind of half played for too long now. So we're clearly not enjoying it that much. Trek 12, great roll and write game. Played this at Adam's place at Boards at Home. Very much enjoyed it. Let's have a quick look at some pictures. What's this? A Christmas version? Oh, that's very cool. Didn't know that existed, but that's obviously an alternate map you can play. Okay, yeah, this will do. So yeah, you're rolling these dice to get yourself a total, and you have to start climbing through the mountains, the Himalayas specifically. But the twist is the numbers have to go ascending or descending if they're next to each other to create your track. There's also points, I think, for same numbers as well, because if you've got a same number, it's a base camp, and if it's a one up or one down, you start to create a trail. So you'll eventually have a very unique trail and base camp style game. It is I think it's mildly campaign based as well. If I remember rightly, you do a few peaks at a time. Here we go. Yes, it is. So if you have a look here, you've got your 3 different maps that you're doing. So you've got Trekker's Manual, Alpinist Manual. That's for the solo game. But you see these little packs back here. If you complete certain objectives throughout those maps, you can actually unlock them, draw equipment, new equipment and such. Yeah, really cool. Really, really love that. Who's spamming the love hearts? Jess, is that you? Sorry, I've just seen in the chat there someone is giving a lot of love, which is lovely. Thank you very much. Cosmoctopus, I played it recently and quite a lot. It's an 8. I would buy it. It's a better Splendor, weirdly. But yeah, I like Cosmoctopus. My Island, gonna give that a 7 because we loved My City so much we had to get My Island. But I'd rather just play My City. Wits and Wagers, hell yeah! And that is the family edition, and that is the one that I have played. If I remember rightly, I played a few Wits and Wagers, and I think the family was the best one. Used to play it at the school quite a lot when I used to be a TA. The kids absolutely loved it. It's one of those games where it is trivia, but you don't need to know it exactly. You put bids on roughly the answer. And there's bonuses if you get the actual answer. But yeah, it's good. Ecosystem. I've been playing a lot of this recently. I'm going to give this an 8 because it's a beautiful drafting game. So Ecosystem here. It's only got a 7 on here. That's a shame. But now my partner doesn't like the artwork, but I think it is good. But art is in the eye of the beholder, I guess. So the idea is you're making you're drafting cards. You've got 2 rounds. You're drafting 10 cards. Then second round you draft another 10 cards, and eventually you'll have a 5x4 grid of animals, which you're just like, okay, you're just putting random animals down. To the side though, there is a little crib sheet of what animals do to each other. So depending on what's next to what, depends on how it scores. Now I think there's a good example here. The bears will score points for every trout that's next to it, or B. But for some reason they haven't put a B next to this one. But so these 2 bears are going to feed off this trout. The trout gets victory points depending on what streams are next to it. The dragonfly will score points depending on how long the stream is. So that dragonfly would score 2 points, for example. That trout will score 2 points because it's next to a stream. The eagles, they will score 2 victory points for every rabbit that is 2 spaces away. So each of these eagles are actually going to score 4 points each. Oh no, sorry, rabbit and trout. So it would score for grabbing this, and this one would grab the trout as well. So they would get 6 points each. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, there you go. Because 2 spaces away, it can reach the fish and the rabbit. The foxes, I can't quite remember what the fox rule is. The deer is you get a point for every row and column that it's in. So you can see there's 3 deer here, but only in 3 columns, 2 rows. So there's lots to think about, but it's really simplistic. Like just draft animals until you've built your 4x5 grid. There are 2 others as well. There's the Savannah version and the Coral Reef one. The Coral Reef one we haven't actually played yet because we're enjoying the other 2 too much. But we will play the Coral Reef one eventually. I bought all 3 of them because I thought Savannah and Coral Reef were expansions, and they're not. They're just individual games. So don't make the same mistake as me. But I'm glad we did it. Oh, snake oil! I love snake oil. it's one of those games that you need to be really creative, and I think that's why a lot of my friends didn't enjoy it. Now I'm not that big a fan of party games, but I love games like this. So you'll have a random. Oh, hello. What am I doing? You'll get given a random job, as in, like, say if I'm the judge. So there you go. Like this one says a dictator. So you've got a certain profession, and then what have they got here? So then you put two words together. So you got the oil machine, the bread armor, the money house, the glitter paint, and that's a product you've created, and you've got to sell it. And then the dictator, who's got the dictator card, they pick their favourite pitch. But that's the problem. You have to be really kind of creative to pitch this idea. The thing at Outpost 31, it's a very good. It's a good social deduction style game. I would happily play it with folk, but I would only play it with specific people. The thing is a brilliant game. So 6 is a bit harsh, but if you've got a group that are either taking it too seriously, they could make it really slow. If they're really hung up on politics, as in like, oh, that happened last game, so I'm not going to take you on this. You need a good group for the thing. And annoyingly as well, if you've got less than 8 players, it's also not great. So 8 players, 9 out of 10. With a good group, I would give it a 9 out of 10. But it's too specific. So Pyramids of Penguin. This is an ice cool game, but it was fiddly. Wasn't quite as good as that. Gaslands. Oh, that's a local designer. Glenn Ford, who is local to me, is the designer of Gaslands, but I've never played it myself, so I can't rank it, I'm afraid. Tacogate. Oh, why is that a 7? Oh, because it's owned by the store. I don't. I'll leave it as a 7, but I'm not a fan. Definitely not a fan. Ticket to Ride First Journey. It's okay. It's Ticket to Ride with pictures, and the routes are no longer than 3, so it's designed for junior. So for what it's designed for, it's a 6. As an adult, no, it's not great. Just play normal Ticket to Ride. Have we played any of those? No. Wasabi, that looks good. Wow, look, I'm on 2,100 now. This is insane. I'm intrigued how many games I'm up to now. I must have done another 100, surely. Surely I've done another 100 games on this video. So you guys in the chat, have you got any games that you think, oh, I wonder if he's played XYZ? Balderdash, it's funny. It's good. I'd play it. Balderdash is a game that I played with my auntie a lot as a child. So yeah, I really like Balderdash. Riff Raff is great. If I could buy Riff Raff, I would. It's been out of print for quite some time. It is a balancing game. It is a dexterity game, as it were. You're all bidding on areas that you want to put certain items. But as you can see, the boat the boat is on this weird axis that rocks that way and that way, and it could go in all directions. Obviously, these spin around. The ones with like the 10 and the 9 on. So depending on which way it's balancing, depends on where you want to put stuff. It's hard, but it's such good fun. Honestly, I love a good game of Riff Raff. Guilds of London. I've never played Guilds of London. I wish I know you're a very, very much a big fan of it, but no, I've never played it. Sorry about that. I can't rank what I've not played. No, I've never play Extreme Kittens again. Terrible game. I don't understand how it's so popular. There's some games where I'm like, I know I don't like them, but I can understand why it's popular. Why people. Root's a good example. I hate Root, but I can understand why people that are a fan of like war games, I can understand why, but I just don't get Exploding Kittens. I really don't understand that. Like, it's not a game. It's not a game at all. Oh, the Chameleon. Yeah, I quite like the Chameleon. I've got Chameleon pictures over there, which I think is better. Oh, Mafia. This is another situational one. So I think I want to give it an 8, but I am going to give it a 7. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I have just received a message, and I've just read what it is, and it's like, no, I need to respond to that now. Pre-orders. It is. Sorry, right, I'll just sorry. Sorry, guys. I was just waiting for a response, and then just seeing it. This is the problem with lives, isn't it? You kind of see something and go, actually, I need to respond to that right now. So pause for a moment, make a cup of tea or something. Come back after the break. There's not going to be any ads, but you can come back in a bit. Do you know what? They keep typing and then it goes back, and then they're typing and then it goes back. Okay. Right, there we go. Okay, I think I've said it good. Right, let's go back to what I was doing. So hopefully you've all got your cups of tea, and I hope you're all ready to come back. Isn't Mafia? No, it's not. Sorry, yeah. So Mafia, I was saying that is it would get an 8, but you need 13 people. No, this one is very clever actually. So I'll just show you this. So the idea is someone plays as the Godfather. They are going to put X amount of diamonds into the box. It can be any number from, I think it's 10 to 13, so or 10 to 15 or something. So you won't. Not everybody will know the exact number of diamonds that gets put in there. Although, well, no, tell a lie. So if I'm the Godfather and I put in my diamonds, I pass it to the first person. They're going to see exactly how many diamonds there were to start with. But they could lie about that. They could say, no, there was 14, there was 15, but actually you might have only put in 10 because I've just taken 4 of them. But anyway, so the idea is you pack it in with the diamonds. You pass it to the next player. They have a look inside, and they can have a bit of a rummage round. they might put other things into the box, or because there's some other rules you could do, or I might take diamonds out. Then it goes to the next player, and then they would do what they want to do, goes to the next player, and you keep going around. And then what will happen is it goes all the way back around to the Godfather, and they open it up, and they then have to start to figure out where his diamonds are. Because obviously people will steal them. You've got different roles as well, so some people play as actual police officers, so they are trying to arrest the ones who have been doing the stealing. In fact, they might be trying to arrest the Godfather as well. It's really kind of situational. You've got some really cool roles that you can run in there, but it's a lot of, well, when I got my box there was 7 in there, but then the person before was like, no, there was 9 in there, not 7. You've taken 2, even though they might have taken 2. So yeah, it's a good little social deduction game. And I wouldn't, it's nothing like Love Letter. But yeah, Mafia is great. Obsession, I've not played Obsession. I'm not aware of it at all. Oh, here we go. On the Underground. Obsession just I've heard good things, but it looks, yeah, but shouldn't judge it by what it looks like. On the Underground, there you go. So earlier we saw an old version of it. This one I have actually played, and I am actually give that a 7 because I really enjoyed it. Hues and Q's. This should be higher than this. Everybody asks us for Hues and Q's in the shop, but Oh, Pokemon Splendor. That's getting an 8. I'm borrowing it. No, you can't see it in shop. I'm currently borrowing it off a friend, and I would play Pokemon Splendor over Splendor any day. Ignore the Pokemon theme. It runs smoother. It's great. Flesh and Blood. I'm going to give a 6 because it's a TCG that I wouldn't get into. But imagine Tekken or Mortal Kombat in a card game. And spoiler alert, for what it's worth, they are going to be coming to Canterbury Gaming Convention, which you can see advertised up there. Is Flesh and Blood on the... Hang on, is it on the poster? It's not. Well, it should be. We've got Lorcana with this Pokemon there. Flesh and Blood will be on there as well. So watch this space. We've got something really special lined up for that as well. But that's more for the Flesh and Blood fans that are out there. For what it's worth as well, Canterbury has got one of the biggest Flesh and Blood communities in the UK, and we're really proud of that. So, but me personally, I can't get into it because it's another TCG. But yeah, cool design. Bristol. There we go. Bristol. I talked about earlier. Another one of those book games. This should be listed higher than Salem. That makes me a bit sad actually that it's. So have we got a picture of it with its book? Oh, there you go. So there's the box there again. One of those lovely book styles. This one actually comes with a roll mat as well, which is really cool. You are racing through Bristol on your carts. You need to be on the first healthy cart out. Now, everybody starts the game healthy, but throughout the game, you will start to draw symptoms. The symptoms could make you ill and get you the plague. So if you get the plague, you don't tell anybody, but your win condition is different. So if you get the plague, your win condition now is to make sure that nobody gets out of Bristol healthy. So yeah, that's quite a nasty game. You got remedies in there which give you extra actions as well. But yeah, really, really clever. Great. I give that an 8. I would play that any day of the week. I really want my own copy as well. Cluster, classic. I'm gonna give it a 6, but yeah, it's quite good. The Magnet game, which you may have heard of. Escape from Colditz. Yeah, great game. I played that a lot as a child. I even had this one's got the updated artwork, but the original box, which I'm pretty sure. Oh no, okay. I was just about to say I'm pretty sure boardgamegeek wouldn't show. But the original box, I'm not going to open it, but you can see the original box, unfortunately, had some artwork that was questionable. Fun story. I used to play Escape from Colditz a lot as a child, and when I was a teenager, one of my friends who lived down the road, I'd go to theirs on a Friday night, and we would play games of all sorts, Rummy Cub, Labyrinth, Escape from Colditz. Now, if their mum was free, they loved Escape from Colditz as well, and they always asked me to bring it. And there was one evening that I thought, yep, I'll bring Escape from Colditz, no problem. Not even thinking about what was on the box, because I did have my dad's version from the 1970s, which did have the swastika on it. And unfortunately, I got beaten up that evening. I say funny story, it's not funny, but I was just an idiot. I didn't even think, so I'm walking down the street with my copy of the game, and a group of lads decided to beat me up because I was holding something with a swastika. So, fun story. Board games get you beaten up, guys. But yeah, this is the new design. A stunning game. I love it. The rework is actually rebalanced now. So, for example, in the old one, you could just go absolutely anywhere you want, but with the new one, this is actually the old board here, but you can't sit on doorways, so the guard couldn't put a guard there, and then not allow anybody to get into any rooms. Yeah, so they rebalanced it quite a lot with the new one. I think this is the new looking one by the looks of it. Oh yeah, there you go. Because you see in the spaces the black ringed spaces. That means that guards can't sit on those spaces. So yeah, really cool game. It's a little bit open world. You're trying to escape. Obviously, that's what it's called. But yeah, I love Escape from Colditz. Yeah, very much enjoyed it. But it got me beaten up. Where am I? Oh, where did I get to? Escape from Colditz. Ah, here we go. There you are, Mick. That's one for Guilds of London, is ranked 2,268, so not too bad. Just above Covert, which is not the best game ever. Oh, I like Cube Quest. Yeah, I would love to play Cube Quest again. It's a dexterity game. Oh, yesterday I was ranking all the code names, and I put that as a 7 because it's the rude version of code names, so it's just funny. Nine Tiles Panic. I didn't enjoy that. I like Oink games, quite a lot of Oink games, but Nine Tiles Panic was nah, not for me. Bosk is all right. I wouldn't own it. It's all about autumn time, and you're spreading leaves for area control. In my top 5, what Guilds of London is top 5? Fair play, fair play. Nimalia, I like that game. I've got it just behind me as well. Dan, this is one that you asked about yesterday. Gloom. You said you really enjoyed it, and I just think it's a terrible game. Middle Ages. Oh, we just got that. Yes, you can see it there. It's camera left, camera right. It's there, but backwards. Yeah, really like Middle Ages. It's the same guy who made Splendor. There's some similarities, but yeah, fantastic game. Beautiful. Once Upon a Time, I'm going to feel really bad for this because I know the designer, but I'm really sorry, mate. It has its purpose, and it's okay, but no, it's not okay. I'm sorry. James, for what it's worth, James Wallace is the designer. The chap I know, really lovely guy. In fact, actually, a little bit of a fun story because we were talking about Mandela earlier. I went to a games design course over in Margate, which was run by James Wallace, and that's where I met Mandela. And as you can tell, Mandela's done better on the game design than me since. But yeah, James is a lovely guy, but I'm not personally a fan of Once Upon a Time. I think if you like games like D&D, any storytelling games, then it's great. Just not for me. You need to be really creative, and that's not me, unfortunately. Right, Courtesans. Oh, that is getting an 8. Oh, I love Courtesans, I do. Really simplistic gameplay, but it's just so unique to kind of anything else I've played. This is a little bit of a weird setup, but kind of true to form. So the idea is, on your turn, you draw 3 cards off the top of the pile. You keep one to put in your display. You put another one in somebody else's display, and then the third one goes to this table, and you put it above or below to represent if that family is getting positive points or negative points, or in some cases like like these greys here, they're equal, so that would score no points, for example, and then you score points based on how many of those family members you have in front of you. This mat in the middle is like a cloth. I mean, it's stitched at the edges, but it's a cloth board, which is really bizarre. But yeah, Courtesans I really enjoy. Only played it a couple of times, but I'm actually taking it at the weekend because I'm going off to MegaCon in London, and I'm demoing Courtesans, where we've got lots of copies of the game as well. So Disney Dixit. It's Dixit with Disney. What more do you need? We've got it over there, but only because Jade loves Disney, so that's why we've got it. Same as Codenames Disney, that's weird. They're only 3 apart. Codenames Disney we've only got because it's Disney. Otherwise, I wouldn't have owned it. But I've got to keep Jade happy. Beacon Patrol. Oh, I like this. We played this at the Long Rest in Canterbury. Probably their only good game that I found on the shelves at the time, but bearing in mind they had only just opened, so we'll let them off. But what the idea is, you are creating a Carcassonne-esque board, trying to sail and explore sort of different islands, and you're scoring victory points depending on the buoys you find, the lighthouses you find. This isn't showing the expansion, but there's what are they called? They're out at Herne Bay, the big windmills. The mills, whatever they're called. You've got those. You've got piers as well. So again, that's probably in the little expansion add-on, and they all score victory points depending on where they are and how they're laid out. But what's really cool is, as you're moving around the board, trying to place tiles, you can also start exchanging tiles with each other as well to make your turn more optimized. But yeah, I very much enjoy Beacon Patrol. It's one of my favourite cooperative games at the moment. Really easy to learn as well, for what it's worth. Wild Serengeti. I've played this. Yeah, I have. I bought the Kickstarter version off of somebody because I was really hyped about playing it. Again, it's wildlife, so of course, the box looked great. The components with all the screen printed meeples and such. And the idea is you're a photographer trying to get pictures of animals. But the gameplay was a bit, lacking. Don't know. You had to take pictures of animals in certain directions, and no, didn't really do anything for me. So we did sell it on, but I'd play it if people really wanted to play it. I'd play it, but it wasn't as good as what I thought it was, and I did spend quite a bit of money getting the Kickstarter version, which is a bit painful. Carcassonne Star Wars, that's good fun. It's just Carcassonne, but if you've got a planet, you then fight over it. So if you place around the planet, as if imagine the monasteries in Carcassonne, but replace that with planets. But then you don't take it; you just try and. Wild Serengeti, so long. Have you got it? Did I sell it to you? Yeah. Yesterday we found that I sold a lot of my games to you, it seems. But yeah, what did I just rank? Yeah, Carcassonne Star Wars. So yeah, you got Battle Wars, which is quite fun. Hamburg. I don't think I've played that. No, I haven't. Oh, Fractured Sky. Yes, one that my good friend John introduced me to. He's got the special super duper edition with all the airships, as you can see here. They're all magnetic because you're fighting for regions, but you've got if there's a good photo somewhere, would be nice. Let me go back to the grids. Oh, sorry. Oh my word, no, it's just going through them all. Whoops. Have we got the grid view of the player board? Here we go. Right, so yeah, behind your screen you've got a series of different numbers back here. All of these are magnetic. You could take your ship, decide how much you're bidding on an area, deploying them out onto the massive board. So I guess there's a sort of risk element in this as well. Deploying them to the boards with your tokens underneath. I played it through and it's very meh. Yeah, it is very meh, unfortunately. And then basically the Fractured Skies, you've got these gems that are landing on the planet, and you have some information of where they are. So you're battling for areas where you think other people might know where these shards are. First to 10 shards wins the game, and they sit very lovely in the front of your boards, as you can see here, or your ships, and it looks beautiful and it plays so well. So yeah, I need to have another go at that, but I give that an 8 because if I could find a copy at a decent price, I'd get it. I don't think Jade would like it though. That's the only thing. Jade hasn't played it yet, but I don't think she'd enjoy it. If I'm completely honest, but I like it. It's good. Cool. Here's 2 games that we've definitely played. Unicorn Fever. It's just unicorn racing. Imagine a horse racing game, but just unicorns. So yeah, not the best. Metro though. So I love Shuro and I love Ticket to Ride, and imagine mixing those 2 together. It was a recent discovery that we found in War Games Workshop. They had a demo copy, and played it the first time we went there. Didn't pick up a copy, but then when I next went to War Games Workshop, I did pick up a copy. Oh, sorry guys. Think I can hear shouting. Okay. I live on a main road, so we get all sorts of weirdos. So yeah, the idea is you've got these routes that they look very much like Shuro tiles. You place them in front of you. So, like for example, this green train could only go as far as here. So you would place more tiles to try and get either into the centre or go into other stations, and you score as many victory points as the length of tile you've made. So, for example, there was a train here at one point. If that came out and just went into the next space, that's only going to score 1-2 points. But let's find another example that's a bit better. This one would have scored 4 points. So it would have come out of here, gone onto another tile. So it would have won 1 point, 2 point. Even if you go back onto a tile, that still scores you a 3rd point, and then a 4th point going into there. So if you make it a little bit more longer, yeah, it's a lovely little route building game. You can end up messing other people up as well. You don't just move your own trains. You can place a tile anywhere you want, even if it's in front of another player, and kind of mess with their plans a little bit. So yeah, I like it. Oh look, there you go, Sancor. We were just talking about that. So that is on my want list. I really do want it. Bandido, not a fan. You either win in 5 minutes, or if you haven't won in 5 minutes, you're playing it for an hour, and then you never win. So the longer you're playing, the less chance of you actually winning. Shackleton Base. Oh, it's getting a 9. Mick, I know you played it at Tabletop Con just gone in December, and I know you didn't get to finish the game. But what did you think? I mean, like, of the half game that you played? I know it took me a while to teach it, which was a shame because it's quite complex. Well, complex to learn, but not easy. Yeah, it's all right. Like once you get into it, but yeah, it looks absolutely stunning. You've got different factions going on in the background. There's 7 factions in total, but you only ever play with 3 of them. Here's a good example. So they come in boxes like this. You only play with 3 of the factions, and that will determine your rules for the game. But yeah, you're basically building up technologies and such on the bases and technologies on the moon, funding projects that get you the extra points. It's kind of a terraforming Mars style game. But I love Shackleton Base. Big fan of it, so I'm giving it a 9. No, would never play Escape the Dark Sector, and if the castle comes up, that's also getting a 2. I've already ranked Castle. That was up yesterday. Don't Nah, don't like the escape games. Definitely want to play it again. Well, that's a good sign. If you want to play something a second time, I'm very sorry you didn't get to finish it. That's a real shame. Right, Foundations of Metropolis. That's one I want to play. I know my friend Andy's got a copy. It's been selling quite well in the shop, so one that I definitely want to try. King Domino Duel. What a poor game. I'm so sorry, but it was naff. Drapolta. Oh, okay. So Drapolta's not my style of game. I'll be completely honest. Let's talk about it because I've given it a 7, even though it's not my style of game. But I played it at the. In fact, that game that I talked about earlier, Lacuna, that I gifted to my friend who got married. They had a board game reception, so I loved that, by the way. I could go to a reception with nobody I knew, but I played board games with people all night. So yeah, best reception ever. So the idea of this game is you've got 5 different pieces in your hand of different shapes. You flip over a card, for example, you flip over this card, and you have to drop those specific items. It could be 1 item, 2 items, all the way up to 4 items. But as soon as you have... sorry, Mick, I've just seen your question. I'll answer that in a minute. But you've got your different pieces, and then you have to try and drop them. And as soon as you've dropped all 4 of those pieces, you then get to you do a win and you claim a bell. The first of 5 bells wins the whole game. You keep doing rounds. However, in further rounds, if I've won 2, so I've got the 5 items and I've got my 2 bells. If at any point I drop one of the bells, I lose those points. So yeah, for a sort of wedding party game, perfect for weddings actually. Did I see something? Hang on a minute. Let me just go back a minute because I think I did see something in a photo. Oh no, okay, ignore me. What I would advise if you ever got Drapolta or if you ever want it, something that the guys at the wedding did was not only did you have the game, but they had little trays. This is why, so not like this. Just like the little game trays. I was just looking at the pictures to see if anyone else has done it. So rather than dropping just onto the table and the bells are round so they might roll away, they just had a little tray just about that big that you dropped the pieces into that, and it was great. You could probably get them 3D printed for next to no money. So we played multiple rounds. I played it for so long that my hand was aching, so I had to switch hands, but then I'm no good with my left hand. Right, so how do I compare Shackleton Base to SETI? I've only played SETI once, and that was yesterday, or the day before yesterday. The thing, what? No, I think they're very different actually. I think it's easy to make the comparison because they're both space games, but with Shackleton Base, you're really focusing on the base building. You need to base build on the moon, whereas SETI is more focused on finding data and trying to find. You're setting out probes to certain planets to read the skies and find it. So I think they're very, very different. The only thing that is similar is actually the cards that you build. So the faction cards that you get in Shackleton Base, where you get extra actions and extra bonuses. That's kind of what you're getting on the cards in SETI as well. I think you can only compare them because of the theme. But yeah, both very good games. I love SETI as well. I'm itching to play it again. Nekojima. Quite good. I'm taking it at the weekend. It is behind me as well. You can see it there. No, yeah, there. That will come with me to the weekend because it's good fun. It is a balancing game, but it's got cats in it. What more do you want? Just looking at the time, just for what it's worth. I think I'm probably going to get to. Maybe I'll do this page and the I'll finish this page and do the next page, and then I think I might call it a day. Just because I've seen the time and I didn't realise how late it's got. I've still got a pack for tomorrow. Oh, God loves dinosaurs. I love it, but my partner will not let me buy it because it's a bit like the game that we were talking about yesterday, Whistle Mountain. Way too expensive for actually what the game is. But God Loves Dinosaurs is great. You're building up an ecosystem of dinosaurs. In fact, let's have a look because it does come with little meeples. Oh look, there you go. You've got some there. So you've got the big T-Rex, and you've got. Well, actually, no, it's not just dinosaurs. I remember now. Yeah, you've got mice, saber-toothed tigers, and each of them are feeding off each other in this sort of tile laying game. So yeah, you lay all these. Oh, it's frogs. Yeah. So no, there is rats. There's rats. There's frogs. There's saber-toothed tigers, and then suddenly you get dinosaurs. But yeah, everything kind of feeds off each other, and you build ecosystems in this tile lane game, and it's great. But Jade won't let me buy it. My first Stone Age, a bit like my first Carcassonne. Just get Stone Age. Stone Age isn't that much more complicated. Right, what else we got? Sleeping Queens. We quite enjoyed that when Jess was growing up. We got it's a good kids game. So, hello Jade, how are you? Oh, Jade can help me remember what games I haven't played. Namiji, I like this game. It's the hang on, I'm just gonna. Jade, where was the warning? I'm just gonna mute the. Sorry about that, guys. We live above a restaurant, and when Jade has to set the alarm, it makes a really loud noise for an entire minute, and apparently a minute is a long time. Right, where were we? Right, Namiji. So yeah, it's same guys who did Tokaido, which is the travelling across Japan game. Namiji is your travelling around the island. So yeah, really cool little game. Very similar to the way that Tokaido works. You go to these different locations to score victory points, and it's again another journey builder. Yeah, I think it is just Tokaido with boats, really. You've given up walking, and you're just going to get a boat now. Like, we've walked for 500 miles. But yeah, it's good. I would give it a go if you can. River Dragons was... I remember it was good if you had 6 players. So I'm going to give it a 6. Dragon Keeper, I still haven't played Dragon Keepers. I really want to. Village Attacks, I feel like I've played it, but it doesn't ring a bell. Exit. I keep skipping over these exits, and I'll be honest, I've done 2 exits, but I can't remember which ones. I think I've done the Polar Station. And yeah, it was a long time ago. For what it's worth, if I had to rate them, I'd probably rate them a 4, because I struggled with the puzzles, and I think I would rather do an actual escape room. But I do understand why they're. Fistful of Meeples, no, I've never played that. But did I go past that, or are you suggesting it? Because that one I'd love to try. I've heard good things about it. Machikuro Bright Lights Big City, yeah, I'd give it a 7. It's better than normal Machikuro. So it was a spin-off, but yeah, it was good. Monza, oh, what a classic! Do you remember Monza with the race cars? We have to roll the dice and match the colours.
I think I only played it once.
To move forward.
I vaguely remember it.
Yeah. So if I rolled a red, yellow, purple, I could go move to red, move to yellow, move to purple. You're trying to race and beat other people, and if you landed on a space they're on, you would send them back. And yeah, Monza was good. It is a I have a copy. Oh, nice. Okay, well, yeah, fistful of meeples. We're gonna have to get playing at some point. Quirky Circuits. Oh, we got that on sale at work. So rapid response. I haven't played. Oh, Kokoro. I very much enjoy that game. You hated playing that with me, didn't you?
What's that?
Kokoro. Just kept beating you.
No, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I know you're not a fan. It's the.
Oh no, I didn't like that one.
No, I love it. Oh,
I liked the one where you build the tree, do the trees.
Kodama. Oh, Kodama actually came up earlier.
Well, we've not tried the 3D one yet. We've got it over there, haven't we?
We've got maybe we should get the 3D one out at some point. I forgot to mention that actually when I went past Kodama. Yeah, we've got the one that you build the tree upwards. So Kodama 3D. Woo. Boss Monster. It's quite good.
Not played it.
Yeah, I played it with Andy. Yeah, it's decent. Monopoly Deal.
We actually have that. That's a Monopoly we like.
I like Monopoly Deal. It's the card game.
I say we like. I don't think I've played it.
I think it's very good. Yeah, it's way better than Monopoly. That's for sure. Welcome to New Las Vegas.
Good.
No, it's not.
Oh no, which one's good?
Welcome to My Perfect Home. Welcome to Las Vegas was awful. We didn't enjoy it.
Which one was we playing? That's a like a legacy game, but we never finished it.
Welcome to the Moon.
Yeah, it got a bit bad.
No, it just got really complicated.
Jess wasn't interested anymore, was she?
Oh, look at that. Zugig zum Deutschland. That's just tickets to Germany.
In Germany.
But we've already rated Germany, so I'm not going to rate that one again. Ticket to Ride Amsterdam. I'm going to give that a 6.
Which one's that one?
The one with the carts. One of the small.
I've not played that one.
One of the small city packs. They're too short. Tokyo Highway. Give that a 6. It's kind of a balancing game and a strategy game. Moon. Oh, that's one I've not played because there's Villagers. There's Villagers, Streets, and then Moon. And I haven't played Moon yet. The X-Files version was quite good, wasn't it?
Have we still got the X-Files version?
No, we did sell it on because we weren't playing it enough. Yeah, but it's all right. It's good.
I like the Firefly one. We haven't got that one anymore, have we?
Yeah, it should be over there.
Is it?
I think so. Maybe. Happy Pigs. Do you remember that? I'm going to give it a 5 for its deceptive state. So we thought it was a kids game, bought it, and it's actually a heavy Euro game about trading bacon. So,
I haven't got any of them.
Oh, have we not? Oh, Herd Mentality. I really like Herd Mentality. It's one of very few party games I'll play. We have got a copy, literally on the edge of my board game library over there. There you go, up on the top left. Yeah, love a bit of Herd Mentality. It's good fun. Gets people talking.
Don't like the box.
Huh?
So I don't like the box.
Oh yeah, the box is velvet. It's great to.
Sobek's good.
That's not the 2-player version. I've not played it.
Good then.
It's categories. It's okay. It's good
I like
for.
categories.
Yeah, it's good for a party. You know. So I'll give it a 6.
The River, I didn't like the River.
No, that was trash. Get us a 5 because if I had to desperately twist my arm play it, I think I would. But it's the same guys who did. It's Days of Wonder. Yeah.
Days of Wonder. What do they do?
Ticket to Ride.
Oh yeah.
A la carte. Oh look, there's a game called A la carte.
Mm.
The Game Extreme that doesn't need a hot. Have I played
that was
version?
better. That was the better one.
Yeah, I think I have played it, but it was still difficult.
We did have it, yeah. It was a better version.
Yes. Oh, Sonara. That's the other one that. That's the other one that we played with. No, I didn't.
I've not played
no,
that.
Ignore me. No, I'm not I'm thinking of something completely different.
Potato Man.
Cult. Yeah, that's okay.
I don't like Cult.
Well, the Super Express is just the 2D version with the card, so you don't have a 3D train. But yeah, Cult Express, where you randomly punch and shoot people to steal loot off of a train. Altered TCGs on here. I've not played it, but this is gaining a lot of interest with TCG fans at the minute.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Fossilis. Oh, here we go, Mick. Oh, this is going to be an awkward one we've been watching. Oh, well, to be fair, I think you saw that I sold it on. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was a real shame because the theme looked quite good, but I wasn't a fan of.
It was when you opened it and I went, there's bones everywhere.
Catch the Moon. I broke one of the pieces in.
Was it a ladder game?
Yeah, the one with the ladder. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
The idea of it was interesting, but my shelfie.
I liked that.
Did you? I'm glad you did.
We played it once and then sold it, didn't we?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Oh look, I'm on 2,700 now.
I want to keep it.
No, that's it. I sold it. Say no more. Yeah. You sold it to me, and then I sold it. So that says something.
Skate Summer. That doesn't.
Oh, I love.
You've not played that?
No, but I want it.
Of course you do. It's about skateboarding.
It's about skateboarding, of course. Pokemon trading card game. I'm gonna give it a 6. It's fine.
That game is awful.
But it's TCG,
It looks pretty, but it's not playable.
Next Station Paris. Yeah, I like the Next Station series. You like Next Station?
No, I was just going no.
Oh right, I was gonna say you played Next
like
Station
that, yeah.
with me.
Megaland.
No.
I remember when
game.
we got that, and I was like, no.
Well, I'll say horrible game. It was bearable. Rustling Leaves. I'll give a 6.
What's
a nice
Rustling
little
Leaves?
the roll and write game.
The leaves. Oh no, that was really good. I like that. You still got it?
Yeah, I think so. You're trying to fit in different.
Oh, that I don't remember that.
Different
paper.
areas. Yeah, it's you go through the seasons.
Oh, we've only gone through one. We've only done one.
Yeah, you've got 4 different pads and you go through the seasons.
Yeah,
and
no, we've only done the 1 or 2.
Putting in your blocks and getting
we
points depending on what you cover. We do. Yeah, it's in the drawer with our other roll and rights. Yeah, I'll give it a 6 because it's not a go-to, but it's okay. Ghost Splits 2. I've only played the first one. I don't like Ghost Splits at all. I'm rubbish at it. San Francisco is another Ticket to Ride City pack that just is not that great. What did you say? Oh my words! Right.
How many games did we play that? 2.
I went past that thinking it was an expansion. Sagrada Legacy.
We gave it away.
That's what it's meant to be. Sagrada Artisans is Sagrada Legacy.
We gave it away.
You just call it. Yeah. Who did we give it to?
I don't know.
Oh, we gave it to Simon.
It was that bad. We gave it away.
I gave it to Simon. Yeah. You might as well just call it Sagrada the colouring game. It was so dull, wasn't it? So for a legacy game that just you play lots and lots of games of Sagrada.
And we actually waited for that one to come out.
We did, and unfortunately we were very much disappointed with it. Leaf, I think I've played. Signing off. Enjoy. Oh, thanks, Mick. Thanks for jumping on. To be fair, I think I'm just going to leave it at this last page anyway.
Was
so
good. I remember
no,
it was good enough.
It was all right. No, it was rubbish. Happy City.
Don't know.
I played it once at Boards at Home. It was bearable.
Oh look, Books of Time.
That's what we talked about yesterday, didn't we?
Yes.
Hated that one. Yeah, we bought it because you like books and you get to build your own books, but it just didn't stick with us for some reason.
We didn't even get past the learning it phase.
No. Caper. I've heard good things about that. And Caper Europe.
Secret Identity.
Yeah,
You've already done that one.
Okay, that's because we own it as the store, so I've already ranked it. Haven't played the beginning. We've played
the middle and the end.
With Climate. Yeah, the middle of the.
Oh, I actually liked that one.
Yeah,
Contagion was good.
For a
we
pandemic
played quite
game,
a lot when we had it, didn't we?
Decent. It was the one where you play as the virus, which was an interesting spin on pandemic.
That was another one we played at the cafe.
Oh yeah, it comes actually with little Petri dishes.
Yeah, I liked that one.
Yeah, that was a decent one actually. Yeah, and you had to infect the cities as much as you can. Right, okay, so I've got to the end of that page. I'm just going to take note that I got to page 28. So I'll remember that because 29th was my birthday. So right, let's go back to the profile. Wow, oh my words! I started with 573. We've now ranked 700 games.
Did you know that one of your viewers is Lily?
Yeah, and the other one is Jess. Yeah, I think they were sending loads of love hearts earlier.
Oh,
they were doing something. Average view 18 minutes. Ooh, concurrent viewers 1. Woo.
That'll be Lily.
Thanks everybody. So there we go. I'm going to leave the stream at that. Firstly, please check out Canterbury Gaming Convention, which is listed above there. Obviously, if you've got Board Game Geek as well, please feel free to add Canterbury Gaming Con. It is a new user because I've only just set it up. But yeah, I wanted to set it up to list our library and also give you can look through my rankings and see sort of what style games specifically I enjoy, but they're kind of going to have an influence on what's the show as well. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. If you did,